All right, family, peace and love. We're going to go over arbitration today. I'm going to help you guys be able to handle debt collectors and or any financial institution when it comes to arbitration. And so this is a recording that's going to be able to help you guys down the road and get remedy within the process that you guys have. So first and foremost, this is going to be what I'd use in terms of drafting up a notice of dispute. So this is what I'm calling a notice of dispute for credits, letting them know that since they bought this alleged debt from Cox Communication, they are now subject, to the arbitration agreement and the Cox Communication agreement. So if a lot of you guys have, things from even just your phone services, Verizon, AT&T, etc., and they've sent it to a third-party debt collector, this is the same exact thing, but just changing Cox for the phone company or any debt collectors as a whole, or any original credit that sold it to a third-party debt collector. This is the same thing for them. And so I am well aware that I'm doing this call at me.
How?
How?
I'm doing that.
I know. I am well aware that just the limitation of arbitration will cost them thousands, and I know that they only purchase this debt for pennies on the dollar. So I'm granting them one opportunity to settle this matter amicably. They can pay me $6,000 for the mental distress and anxiety, emotional distress, and financial hardship this has caused me. They also must delete this trade-in from any reporting agency it's reported to. I know that just the ignition of arbitration is well over $3,000 for this company. So just them going through and filing arbitration alone is going to cost them thousands of dollars. So they're not going to want to go through that process. They'd rather settle prior to even going through arbitration. And so this is what one of the letters is going to look like as well too. A notice of dispute, putting them this is all pre-arbitration. So this is prior to going through arbitration. This is looking to get them to settle before going to arbitration. And then I'm going to show you guys the website and where we'll go for arbitration. So this is another one specifically for, let's say, the original creditor or financial institution. And so this account right here is a credit card, but this goes for any account. So I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing to you to bring to your attention a matter of significant concern regarding my Wells Fargo credit card account, which is governed by the Wells Fargo credit card agreement. I want to emphasize my awareness of arbitration provisions outlined in the Wells Fargo agreement. This provision establishes a requirement for arbitration as a preferred method of dispute resolution. By entering into the agreement, both parties have agreed to resolve any disputes through arbitration rather than litigation. So it tells you guys, that's why I tell you guys, find the contract. Within the contract, it's going to tell you everything that you need to know in terms of coming to get remedy. We're not looking to seek litigation, but we are looking to seek and take them through arbitration if they're not willing to comply. So we've gone through a couple different processes. They didn't want to comply. We put them on notice. This is the notice of dispute, given that this is pre-arbitration. And then next, I'm going to show you guys where we'll file arbitration properly. So this isn't even arbitration. This is pre-arbitration before we go into arbitration. So while I recognize the importance of arbitration as a means of dispute resolution, I also understand the potential costs and fees associated with initiating the arbitration process. It is with this understanding that I extend an opportunity to settle this matter amicably, thereby avoiding the substantial expenses that would be incurred through arbitration. I firmly believe that my rights as a consumer have been violated due to the inaccurate and unfair credit reporting on my credit card account. These actions have caused severe damage and hardships, not only to myself, but also for my family. Consequently, I've been able to take care of myself and extend my credit, hindering my ability to secure a stable living environment. So, or you can put a car if this has stopped you guys from a vehicle. So this is why I say, even just in general, if you've been denied for going out and acquiring a vehicle, that's going to help you. What I want you guys in general, now we got damages that have been done. We always want damages, so that we can add it into the letter, just like I went through right there. So considering the gravity of the situation, I hereby demand compensation for the actual damages in the amount of $10,000. Furthermore, I kindly request the permanent deletion of any negative reporting association with my credit card account. This would allow me to regain financial stability and protect my family from further hardships. I've enclosed a copy of the Wells Fargo credit card agreement with this notice for your reference. I trust that you will review this matter with the utmost urgency and give it to the attention that it deserves. Please be advised that the failure to respond to this demand within a reasonable time frame may leave me no choice but to proceed with arbitration as stipulated by the Wells Fargo within their agreement. I sincerely hope that we can reach a mutual satisfactory resolution before resorting to such measures. Thank you. So I'm giving them a chance. I'm giving them a chance right here within this letter. So this is after already disputing with them, and then now I'm okay, letting them know I'm going to take you through arbitration. The next step, if you're not going to, comply with me right here. And so this is the arbitration website. On the contract, it's going to tell you adr.org, come here. So now I'm going to show you guys how, when we come here, what to do. We're going to come to practice areas, and we're going to click on consumer. I highly advise you guys all follow along with me as well too. And if we scroll down here, it'll say to register a consumer's arbitration clause, or excuse me, not to register, but to view a registered consumer arbitration clause. And so I'll come here. You can really enter anything at gmail.com. Boom, city, boom, state, AZ, boom, click. And we're going to come here to the next section, which this is going to pull up any contract we're looking to get. So let's see if Moneyline has one. Okay, let's see if Self has one. Self Financial. Oh, yeah. Okay. So if we come here, this is going to pull up the arbitration. So if you guys looked up any bank, you guys will find it. American Express. Back to results. This is also the proper address we're going to send it to dispute and speak with their legal team. American Express. So same thing here. This is the proper address. I promise if you look on the internet, you guys, it'll be difficult to find these addresses. So this is where I'm going through and disputing. Whoops, why'd she come back? To view, new. So I want to check out this downloaded one with Self really quick. So agreement to arbitrate. Jeez, okay. Let's see. We got 4%. Okay. It is important that you read this arbitration provision carefully. It provides you that you may be required to settle a claim or a dispute through the arbitration. Even if you prefer to litigate such claims in court, you are waiving your rights. You may have to litigate the claims in a court before a jury. You are waiving your right to participate in a class action lawsuit, class action arbitration, or other representation action with respect to such claims. This is an agreement to arbitrate any and all disputes, claims, or controversies between you and us arising out of relating to this agreement, the service platform, your account, and any loan or of credit provided in connection with the services, the certificate of the deposit or other collateral that secures the loan, any assignment of collateral or the relationship resulting from the foregoing or any other dispute between you or us, claim shall be governed by the arbitration agreement, which in turn is governed by the Federal Arbitration Act. The term claim shall have the broadest meaning possible and cover relates. So I'm going to look this up. I never heard of that. So we're going to look into that. That's going to help. For sure, for sure. So I'll keep y'all updated on this part right here. I never looked into that act. Title US. Title 9. Okay, I'll look into that later on. So taking us back to the arbitration website or the agreement. The term claim shall have the broadest meaning possible and cover related third parties, including A, our affiliates, B, our issuing banks, C, any services or providers who service with respect to your loan service, etc. Before instituting a lawsuit of arbitration claim, you and we agree to give the other party written notice, reasonably describing the factual basis of the claim, which we did with the notice of dispute. Remember, family, putting them the notice. So what is the notice? Any notice from you must be mailed to Self at this address. The notice should include the account or loan number and the email address and phone number at which the complaining party or their attorney may be contacted. We will mail any notice to that address we have for you, or send an email to the email address we have for you. The Self address and your address are referred to here in the notice. So go through and read through this. I'm not trying to be here all day. And I want y'all, or as each account as a whole, is different. But if we come here now and let's come back here. Okay. So if I were to, so all of the banks, for instance, Wells Fargo, will be right here, family. Their address, everything right here. All right, so now how to file. File or access your case. Just like this, family. So we're going to come here, fast file a case. And we are able to file online right here. Let me see, upload a copy of the arbitration or mediation agreement. So you want to print out that copy of the arbitration agreement as well too. Pay the appropriate fee. So there is $200 with the filing fee, but in the contract, it will tell you guys that they will cover, the filing fees on the back end for arbitration as well too. So some homework for all of you guys is to go find your contracts, read through the arbitration clause, and once you guys have read through it, send off your notice of dispute letter that I've gone over on today's call. And I'm going to do a call specifically showing you guys how to file when I go through and file for one here in the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. I'm going to pay the $200 and show you guys how to go through and file everything step by step on a recording with me for one of the accounts that I'm going through for arbitration myself. So I'm excited to show you guys this and give you guys an insight upon a process I'm specifically tackling right now. And I'm ready to show y'all. So let's get to it. Any questions upon arbitration? Does this make sense? Is this very, very clear? Drop a 1 if it's clear. Drop a 2 if you may need to go back through this recording, which is totally fine.